8th graders to the second day of B projects. Settle down and be a good audience. Thank you. So, we only have 2 presenters today. Relaxed pace here. So, our first presenter is Polly Cunningham. And there were 3 things I wanted to say about Polly. The first is that in advisory time, we have some people who are better at listening and some who are better at talking. And Polly is usually one of those who listens better. But when we go around the circle and say, well, what did you do this weekend? And then we say, how about golf? Did you play golf? Oh, yes. And then she lights up and we get to hear all about her golf game. That is a lot of fun. The second thing I want to say, there's a section in Polly's speech where she talks about how she enjoys hearing about how people have been interconnected. People she knows actually have known each other previously. And I just wanted to point out, I'm not sure I explained all this to Polly, but I think I told her that I used to work with her mother at a restaurant years and years ago. But I also had met Polly's grandparents and knew, and one time even met Polly's great-grandmother, whose last name was Cochran, and I grew up on Cochran Hill Road. It was named for Polly's great-grandfather. I'm not sure if I ever explained. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I've known Polly for a long, long time. And then the third thing I want to say quickly about Polly is that when we were trying to decide who was going to go first in our advisory, we said, all right, who wants to speak first? And I said, let me rephrase the question. Who would like an opportunity to demonstrate leadership for everyone else? And Polly said, I'll do it. And so I thought that was really great. So, without further ado, Polly's done.
Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Albert Einstein. I chose this quote because to me it means you have to always try your best. This theme runs through my education and my life. I try my best by always thinking about what I am doing and how I can get better, whether it is playing golf, taking a test, or being with my friends and family. Balance is the theme of my project. My goals for both golf and music, first violin and now guitar, require mental and physical balance. In golf, I have to stand on my feet in order to balance. It was the same with violin. I practiced for muscle memory, string fingerings, and mental notes in my mind. I have been playing golf for 7 years, and from the beginning, it just clicked. My father set me up with lessons when I was 7, and sometimes we go out to play golf for fun. Today, I can beat my dad. Awesome, right? I have also played golf with the current ladies champion of the club. She won the club championship when she was only 15. This accomplishment inspires me. Maybe I could even be the first female golf professional at our club. Since 6th grade, I have improved a great deal in my technique in golf and my distance. One thing that excites me about golf is how after practicing, I really see an improvement. In 6th grade, I received the Most Improved Player Award on the middle school golf team. In the same year, I participated in the Louisville Country Club tournament. I passed through with a high score of 39 strokes on 9 holes. When I put my mind to golf and its parts of the swing, when I pay attention, the work pays off. My 8-iron gained 10 more yards just from taking a proper backswing. If I swing correctly, my ball will go straight and my stroke will be more powerful. I can now smack my 8-iron to 100 yards. I get lots of satisfaction from playing golf. It's a place for me to go focus and relax and get my mind off things. Part of that feeling is from my coaches. They motivate me so much. They give me helpful tips, make me laugh when I do an embarrassing swing, and overall help me have a better game. This is a sport I can do my whole life. I have been playing golf for many years I have many golf years ahead since I'm only 14. My golf coaches mean so much to me. Music has been like golf. In 7th grade, I took violin lessons with Mr. Lerner. I had my first solo and I got distinguished. It's the best score you can get. I was super proud. Mr. Lerner is a wonderful teacher, and I'm glad I got to take lessons with him, and that he leads a great orchestra here at Collegiate. I also liked how I could play songs for my family on my violin and show them what I've been learning. I always need to keep practicing so that I can keep going and get more skills. As for academics, I am happy with the effort I put into all my classes. Math has always been difficult for me, but I have a great tutor who helps me, and now I like math much more than I did before. My grades have risen, and I look forward to going to class now. If I struggle, I don't have to worry because I can study with friends, talk to the teacher after school, or look back through my notes. I also love my French class because the teacher is fun and amazing. In 6th grade, the French language was completely new to me, and I am stunned about how much of the language I have learned and remembered. The educational activities are exciting and have made the language much more real to me. Each day is different. The class might watch a fun video, try new French foods, and do packets. The packets are still enjoyable, even though it's a lot of work. I get to communicate with my peers in French while I'm getting practice timing. Time flies by when you're having fun, so I don't even think how much work I've done. I am also going to do a French competition, and I will be playing a French song on the guitar. Like French and guitar, science is another subject that I love. I am an observant and curious person. I notice things all the time, and I have lots of questions about what I see. Science is giving me the answers to some of my questions and the tools to figure out other questions. Through this process, I am seeing the world in a different way, and also how I and other people fit into the world, and how we can take better care of it for our future generations. I've learned about the carbon cycle, fossil fuels, and ocean acidification. These happenings, some good and some bad, have made me change my behavior. Now I only use one paper towel instead of too many. I turn off lights when I am not in that room, and I throw trash away in bins and I don't litter. My small actions can help preserve the earth, and I feel more conscientious and responsible. I look back on all these activities and interests and think of all the work I've accomplished. I have kept going, and by doing that, I have kept my balance, just like riding a bicycle. My friends also keep me balanced in my life. They are very special to me, like my best friend Emma. There is so much to say about Emma, I don't even know where to start. I am so glad that we have kept in touch thanks to our mothers. Emma's family has shaped me in such an amazing way. Emma and I have a bond that is unique. We are so close, our families are like one big one, and Emma and I are like sisters. As I said to my mom once, she just gets me. We laugh at almost anything one of us will say. We do art projects together, have fun driving go-karts, watching movies, and jumping on the trampoline. Emma's brother Jacob played golf with me while Emma and her mom cheered us on. Jacob makes me laugh with his funny faces and Mario Karting. Mr. Davis, Emma's father, is always up for taking Emma and me on adventures like the ones I listed, or even showing us how to do things like fixing a household problem, a burned out light in the ceiling. Miss Davis, Emma's mother, is like my second mother. She is so kind, willing to help at any problems, and she smiles like a star on the darkest nights. She always offers me a snack if I'm hungry, asks me how I'm doing, or plays a board game with Emma and me, or takes us shopping. I found out not long ago that Emma's grandmother, Ruth, knows my grandpa's cousin, and they are like best friends too. Also, my mom and Mr. Davis went to high school together. All these connections make me feel like the friendship between Emma and I was meant to be, and just brings our families closer. Now I'm going to share with you some interests you may not know about me. Sailing is something else that was meant to be. Not just because I often think of Emma when I'm sailing, but also how much she would like this. Last summer I went to a new camp in Maine called Wohelo. This camp stands for Work, Help, and Love. I discovered that sailing was an activity that I started to like. It brings back the same feeling of when I play golf or music, except it's a little bit scarier because my sailboat is always tipping and unexpected turns come from the wind. I have to hike out, which means lean from the edge of the sailboat, and I almost touch the water. I have to push myself to keep the sailboat balanced. I have to take new challenges in my life that aren't comfortable. Even my new golf swing doesn't always feel right. This is why I like what I do, and experience the feelings I get from these endeavors. Another challenge I took in middle school was on the 8th grade trip to West Virginia. It was an amazing experience. We went whitewater rafting and worked our way through a mud obstacle course. I was scared about this. I had heard all sorts of things about it, like how it is difficult to do and how you can get sick from the germs in the mud. But I made up my mind to try to do it anyways, and once I got started, my fear went away. I can't say that I will do another mud obstacle course, but the confidence I got from this experience will help me face other challenges that might be just as scary or scarier. For my dedications for my meat project, I'd like to thank Miss Hoban, or Madam Hoban, my mother, father, brother, and the Davis family. Madam Hoban, I chose you for one of my dedications because you have introduced me to a language and culture I love, and I might study and enjoy for the rest of my life like golf. Maybe I'll even become bilingual. The Davis family, you guys are so fun to be around. Thank you for all the fantastic experiences and fun times. Thank you for letting me be me, and you guys having a big importance in my life. My family, you mean the world to me. What would I do without you? Thank you for sending me to a great educational school here at LCS. Thanks for sending me to camps, taking me on trips, and letting me sleep in on the weekends. Thank you for getting me my first golf lesson, as now I love it. Thank you, William, for being my twin brother, the silly and somewhat annoying person you are. We have so many memories together, and I think it's cool how sometimes we can read each other's minds. I love all of you. You have added so much to my life. This new project was better than the usual homework. In doing it, I was able to reflect on my life. I got a different perspective, and I appreciate even more the people in my life now and how much they mean to me.